What I've been doing now for almost 4 years, which is a method of ITC, which is instrumental transcommunication, different from EVP, whereas EVP is record and review. ITC was intended to be dialogue in real time, to have conversation with spirit. And so in my ITC research over the past few years, what I've taken on is what I consider a lost art, something called direct radio voice. Now, most of the ghost hunting public, really educated through the spread through media, is more familiar with the ghost box, the spirit box, derived from initially the incredibly well done Frank's box.
Because if you notice, a lot of times when you use the ghost box, spirit box, the audio is either below the noise or above it. So we're thinking that wherever it resonates, if it's high or low, that's why you hear it. And really what you're using is the white noise within the suite.
That's what a lot of the people in Europe believe is that when you have the channel running for a period of time, you create what's called a connection bridge. You let them find it. And then once you have a routine where you do the same night, the same time, give or take every week, it's almost like having an appointment. And if we got to the point when we would sit down and turn the radio on, and we would do 222 kilohertz, we did every week. We played with medium wave, short wave, and then all of a sudden, what?
For 2 years.
Yes, every week for 2 years without missing a sitting. Every week for 2 years.
Yep.
And then it started to get where we would turn it on and the vocals would come through before we would even ask anything.
Entity voices paranoid.
That's Tony. That's something home with you mindset. So we had to switch those gears here. And it's hard switching gears here, Bob.
Right. Because we're tapping into another realm. If you got we're tapping into another realm. So even though we get voices and we get a lot of voices here, that doesn't necessarily mean our house is haunted, because it's not. We don't have activity. We don't have things going on. It's just tapping into another realm. So yeah, we do it at home.
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
This is how a lot of us who've done audio research for a number of years think that the spirits use the radios, particularly the white noise, to come through. It's a theory called stochastic resonance. White noise, if you ever heard it on a radio or a TV, that staticky white noise is filled with a cacophony of a bunch of frequencies. When a source signal, or in this case the spirit voice we hope is coming into our area, resonates with one of those frequencies, vibrates the same, those two frequencies embolden each other, makes it detectable to the device, sometimes to your ear, but the white noise does not get louder. So you have a greater signal to noise ratio with your audio, making it detectable. That's stochastic resonance. That, to me, is the number one reason why I think that this is how spirit voices are coming through. That signal was otherwise not detectable until that happened.
White Hill Mansion, one of my favorite locations, not only because of its rich history, but because of the paranormal activity that we've experienced in this beautiful mansion. K2 activity on demand. When one of the investigators decided to play German music, we get great EVPs from the basement all around the house. It's just a great location. If you ever get the opportunity to visit this location and investigate, I would say go for it. I am very happy that we were able to take the Rathmans on the EVPI Mansion tour to this beautiful location.
And Kingsland Manor, bar none, is at the top of our list amongst some really awesome locations. It's steeped in some history. As someone who worked in the fight industry for a long time, the fact that professional boxers trained in the basement of this location, it has a lot of the benchmarks of some of the cool historic locations around the Northeast, the speakeasy and brothel, the illegal gambling that went on during those times, undocumented murders. The place has so much rich history from the Kingsman family right on to present day, with the activity that has been logged in this location. And for us, doing direct radio voice research, some of our best catches, including one on National Ghost Hunting Day just about 2 years ago, took place in the very basement where we investigated with the EVPI team on this trip.